Alright, this week's book of the week is Surrounded by Idiots by Thomas Erikson. Funny name, kind of like off-putting name. I think a little bit like people might wonder like what kind of book you're reading, but the name comes from because this book is about like different personality types, and he got the name from I think the Swedish name, the original name is something different, but Surrounded by Idiots comes from because some people think that they are surrounded by idiots because nobody understands them and they understand nobody. People have very different personalities. There's four different personalities. Overall, just a quick review of this book. Very interesting and helpful idea, this personality types, but I think this book was a little bit boring because it was a lot of repetition, kind of like the outer smelling his own farts or something, because he was just repeating, making this book longer and longer. And I understand that because that's for sales reasons you need to make books a little bit thicker so they look better. But maybe that's also a little bit because my personality is the red, so I want things quick and simple and not very much in detail and longer. So the first idea is the main idea of the book. It's that there is four different personality types and they are red, yellow, green and blue. Let me quickly explain each. So red, I'm mostly red. I know that because because red people are very competitive. They really care a lot about winning and beating everyone else. So it's kind of funny. It was the first chapter. I recognized myself there right away because I want to win in every sales competition at my company. I want to read more than everyone else. I want to be the guy in the best shape at the gym. Everything is and I'm very achievement and oriented. I constantly want to be doing something that improves my life. That's the red personality. The only thing that I'm really not similar to the typical red that he talks about is that I'm a little bit more quiet, introverted. Red people usually are also loud and they want to be constantly controlling the situation. If they're having some conversation, they're the very loud people. They need to make a big deal about themselves and be right about everything. And they are also not very agreeable. The red people usually, I've learned it in sales to be agreeable because it helps. But red people usually are they don't care that much about other people's feelings or anything. They just want to be right and they want to prove themselves right and so on. But then next, yellow is basically, you can also, if you know Ty Lopez, he has also this personality type thing. He talks about action, practical, social and emotional people. So basically red are action, blue are practical, yellow are social and green are emotional. But yellow is the very social, very happy, optimistic person. And it's funny, you will recognize these people right away if you think about your colleagues or something. It's this. It's also red people. A lot of salespeople are red people, but also yellow people are very good in sales. They are very persuasive, very social. They seem to be always in a good mood. They come very close to you, talk to you, and they smile. So that's a very social person. The green is a person who is the green is the opposite of red. So they don't like to do much. They want everything to be easy. They're very introverted, want to be spending a lot of time alone, maybe reading some book or something, walking alone, and they don't really do much. They just want people things to be easy, and they hate that kind of red bosses who are bossing them around and so on. And then blue is the engineer type, a very practical. Everything needs to be planned to very exactly everything is in detail. And if somebody's selling to them, you need to be telling them every single detail and know everything. They expect you to know every single detail, and they are very slow to make decisions and so on. So they're very risk averse, and greens are also very risk averse. They hate anything that threatens their security. But moving on to the next point. There is some of these personality types work better with each other. So there's two or like there's like one type that they work the worst with, so red works the worst with green and yellow with blue, simply because red is exactly the opposite of green, because they want to take action all the time and like are very like tough and so on, and greens don't want to take like action, they want just easy. And social people with like very happy and like people who don't care much about details and just about like emotions are very hard to deal with when you're a blue or when you're yellow with a blue, because blue people they don't have much emotion. Blue people, they talk about like logic and mathematics and everything, like the numbers, and so they are also an exact opposite. But otherwise pretty much like green, I mean red with blue or red with yellow is pretty good combination. Also green with yellow or blue is pretty good, so you get the point. And then third is that people are like different, so you need to be adapting every time. You might think that it would be like, of course in the ideal world you could just be yourself, but you need to make some kind of little tweaks in your behavior when you deal with a certain kind of personality type. Like if I'm a red, I need to be talking a little bit more about details with a blue person and go a little bit slower and so on, understand his point of view as well, and be a little bit maybe more emotional and happy with a social person or something. And then next, fourth, also body language is different with different people, so you can also pay attention to that. So yellow people feel very comfortable being very close, so you understand that you can go very close to them, but the other personality types don't really care about like you coming very close. And yellow people really want you to smile, and yeah, like the body language really differs a lot with the different body types, so pay attention to that and like adapt them a little bit, like mirror them. And then fifth idea I just wrote, because there's not that many ideas besides the personality types, but fifth idea is that blue customers, when you sell to them, you don't want to make it like a big deal about, you don't want to make a big deal about knowing like all the answers and all the details. You need to do your homework really well if you want to sell to a blue person. You cannot be like guessing or like not knowing the answers when he asks like questions from you. So you need to do your homework, and then like blue people don't make it even like a big deal about yourself when you know some kind of like exact details and like hard information to know, like specific information. But yeah, that's pretty much those are the 5 best ideas from this book. Link is in the description if you want to read this book. Also you can shop other books from bookdepository.com from that link. And thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.